You've been robbed at gunpoint while walking home at night by three different white men. White men. If you've been robbed at gunpoint while walking home at night by three different white men in your adult life, and once again you're walking home alone late at night and you see a white man on the corner, are you racist to think he might rob you? Because you'd be a fool for it to not cross your mind. You'd be a fool to think, last times I walked past these white brothers, they pulled a gun and they robbed me. There's another white guy standing in the corner doing nothing. It's going to cross your mind. You're going to be nervous. A Chinese man never robbed you. So if there's a Chinese man on the corner, you're cool. Chinese. I love Chinese food. No problem. But the white guys robbed me. Are you racist against white people, or have you recognized the pattern? I'll ask the same question. If you've been robbed at gunpoint while walking home at night by three different black men in your adult life, and you're once again walking towards a black man at night, are you racist to think this black man might rob you? Are you a racist? Or have you recognized a pattern? Because you'd be a fool for it to not cross your mind. And my personal view, and this is only my personal view, is that pattern recognition is not racism. Pattern recognition is a natural aspect of being human. We all recognize patterns in people. I recognize patterns in certain types of women. You can recognize patterns in certain types of men. Girls, if you're watching this, the guys who are always out fucking all those girls, oh, he's the kind of guy who cheats. Everyone recognizes patterns in humanity. This is how humans function. And we've gotten to a point where liberals say pattern recognition is racism. And it's not. And the unfortunate truth is that if one demographic commits more crime than the other, and it's been objectively proven that said demographic commits more crime than the other, then people are more likely to expect crime from said demographic. Now, we can go into the discussion about why they commit more crime, about how they've been forced into the ghettos, low-income neighborhoods, blah, blah, blah. That's a different argument. I ain't got time. I ain't got all day. I'm just talking about the fact. The fact is, why we're going to take out of it, black people do commit more crime than white people. So if you're a police officer and you have more experience with black individuals who've committed crime, are you more likely to think a black person is guilty of said crime as opposed to if you go and arrest a Chinese man, for example? Let's cut the bullshit. If you turn up to a crime scene and there's a black guy and they say he's done an armed robbery, are you more likely to think this motherfucker, the last black guy shot me, this guy tackled, they resist arrest and come at him hard-handed, than if you turn up and you see a little Chinese woman? You'll be like, what? Of course you're not going to be trigger happy on some Chinese bitch because they don't do nothing to you. But black people have done things to you. Black people may have killed your partner. Now, I'm not saying white people haven't done things to you too. I'm just talking about statistically. Because statistically more crime is committed by black people, statistically, they're more likely to have committed acts against cops. If cops experience more trouble from said demo, they will be harder on said demo because they've recognized a pattern. This is human behavior. Now let's remove the black and white because it makes people too emotional to think properly. When we say black and white, people get really angry and they don't listen to what I'm trying to say. And once again, that black man, George Floyd, should not have died, or Floyd, sorry. That black man should not have died, and that cop was out of control, and American cops are out of control, and it's not fair for good black people to be demonized because of the actions of some black people. I'm not talking about fair. I don't live in a fairy tale. I'm not saying that things are okay because they're this way. I'm just saying why they are the way they are. I'm just saying why cops have a natural bias. They're not joining the police force and thinking, yes, now I get to be racist. They're learning patterns throughout their career that makes them act in a way which can be deemed as racist. It's pattern recognition.